So today, thought it might be fun for you to see what I do for a living. I know it's been quite a while since I dropped the last video. Um, Apologies for that, but the tail end of the chemo cycle, it got kind of hectic and nothing bad, but a lot of steps to tie things up and then getting my life back into some order. Good news is today I feel great. It's been a couple of months since my last chemo treatment. Everything has progressed well. There's a few more things that I still need to deal with. A couple of little side effects are lingering. Most significantly, though, is physical strength. That I can't really do a lot of strenuous things for extended periods of time. Having said that, my brain's functioning, which is pretty important for the job that I do. So today's video really is about getting back into things. So McMaster is one of Canada's more prominent universities. We typically rank fairly high, usually in the top 5 in Canada, and globally within the top 100. It has a broad range of programs and research themes. To the left is the John Hodgson Engineering Building, which is one of the main buildings for the Faculty of Engineering. It's a beautiful campus. It's on the west side of the city of Hamilton, which sits on Lake Ontario, about 50 kilometers west of the city of Toronto. And this is my new office. So I thought I'd sit here and reflect a little bit about the past 6 months or so. Most of my thoughts are actually quite positive. So I've picked 3 things that I have learned through my first date with cancer. Okay, so number 1, I've learned to sleep again. After having a career like I have had for the past 30 years of traveling all over the place, changing time zones, and generally the intensity of the tech industry, I really lost the ability to have consistent good night's sleeps, and now I have that. In addition, my diet has changed in so many different ways, and overall my body, believe it or not, is in more balance than before cancer. So now I am generally really awake and very alert, and I'm looking forward to taking that clarity of thought into my work. Number 2, the medical system that we have here in Canada works. And when I say it works, I have to qualify that, because I know that there are so many challenges and so many people who in fact do not get the care that they deserve. But certainly what I witnessed through my journey was there is a rationality to it, and there's a general competence in the entire system. Now, cancer is a particularly prominent, if not well-funded, part of the system, so perhaps that has something to do with it. But I generally appreciate just how easy it was for me as a resident of Ontario and of Canada to get the treatment that I needed. There's a lot of work to be done, for sure, to make it even better. But I firmly believe that we are closer to the answer of having the right medical system than a lot of places. And number 3, yes, as I was going through, I did deal with the big philosophical issues of mortality and the meaning of life and all of that heavy-duty stuff. But what I concluded at the end of it, I'm good with all of that. And in fact, next year I'll be 60, and in my culture, in many Asian cultures, 60 is a pretty important year. That kind of denotes that you've made it, that you've passed all of the ugliness typical of historical life in these places. And at 60, you become an elder and people treat you better and all of this good stuff. Next year I'm 60. So I've already, in many ways, made it. But more importantly, when I did think about my life and what has happened, all the great things that's happened, all the great people that I know and who have supported me, and my wonderful family, both the immediate family as well as the extended family. I can't think of one regret that I've had. So yeah, this is a horrific disease, but if somehow I was told it's time for me to check out, I like to think that I would be in a better position to deal with that. And that's what I've learned. It's a pretty important lesson to me of really valuing so many things that are good in our lives, and also being motivated to deal with those things that are not. And our final stop is this ominous looking building, which is the home of the Faculty of Health Sciences. Also, many people in Hamilton know it as McMaster Children's Hospital. It is a functioning hospital. And this is where I'm going to conclude this series of videos. And I chose to do it here because this Faculty of Health Sciences at McMaster has a pretty special place in my heart, especially in our region in Southern Ontario. A pretty significant proportion of medical professionals, doctors, nurses, therapists, all sorts of different kinds of people had either their training here or currently participate in teaching others. And so when I was going through my own treatment and my own journey through my cancer, I was supported by so many people that had a connection to this building and to this campus, and I'll be very, very thankful for that for a long time to come. Also, they're very well known for something called problem-based learning. That's a technique that was pioneered here that uses real applications and real-life challenges to frame the way we teach students. And in fact, it evolved to something called inquiry-based medicine, which is a technique now pretty standard throughout the Western world. So it's a departure from the traditional, heavily theoretic approach that most med schools used to do. Now, pretty much everybody uses the McMaster method. In my own job within the Faculty of Engineering, we also try our best to adapt this kind of approach to prepare our engineering students for the complex challenges of the future. So there's certainly some very cool things happening in here that also help me in my day-to-day work. And finally, in addition to it helping me through my own medical journey, quite a few years ago, our daughter had a severe head injury from an accident, and she ended up here in the intensive care unit, the ICU, and for a couple of weeks, the best medical professionals in the entire world converged to literally save her life, and that is something that we can never pay back. So in many ways, I want to conclude this video series in a way that really motivates me to take further steps to improve the way I do my work, but also to have hope for what is to come. The reality is, cancer isn't exactly something you get cured from and get rid of. And yes, they use words like cure within the cancer world, but I'm never going to lose this. There are statistical projections on the chances of me getting this again or some other form. I'm part of the club now, and I have to live with that. And so just to pay a little bit of respect to the people who work really hard to make the lives of people like me a bit better, I'm happy to do that, and especially these days when the medical profession is under such tremendous pressure to keep us all healthy. So thank you, medical professionals and McMaster University. You've really supported me throughout these difficult months, and thanks to all of you for joining me through this journey. I am hoping to continue the video series in some way, but hopefully in something a little less depressing than my cancer journey. And again, I can't think of a better place to start that than here. Bye.